Hola, hola, hola. Hey everyone. Hello, hola mi gente. Just going to turn on the focus mode on the phone because we don't want any interruption, right? We want to be fully present, fully focused on what we are doing today. And here we are again on Monday, the 7th of August. We're going live once more. I'm checking my other computer here just to see that everything is fine. Welcome. How are you doing today? I want to take I want you to take some time to actually feel that question, like, how am I feeling today? To actually feel it right now in the present, in this moment, in the now. Because we live in such a fast paced world that we tend to forget how are we truly and really feeling. So breathe. Breathe for a couple of times, get centered, and ask yourself that question. How are you feeling today? Really? And once you get there, once you're feeling that you can truly express the real emotion and the real feelings that you're going through, mm, acknowledge them and see if you are in that state of happiness and joy, or if you are just going through, some rough time, which I feel you, and it's fine. We need to Sometimes we just need to accept also that if we don't go through some challenges, we are not able to see those bright lights at the end. So let's breathe, and let's enjoy that we're alive and that we're here, and that, at least for me, like, I am so excited to be able to just go live on my YouTube channel. This is the second live that I'm doing, that I'm going to start doing more often, so that I can talk and also have a conversation with you there. Even if you're not live, if you're watching this on replay at any certain point, just drop me a message and we can have this conversation going on hospitality and leadership. This is what we're talking about here. Of course, we're also talking about a little bit of personal growth. Growth is another passion of mine, so we're always going to have those little things on that. But mostly, it's about hospitality and leadership and growth. So, a little bit of water before we start. I truly hope that your week starting the best way my week today has started beautifully. I had a very busy day. I actually don't like using that word, busy, because it conveys sometimes a wrong message. But I was occupied with plenty different things that I love to do, different meetings and observations and creation, and that just makes my heart jump in joy. And one of the things that I actually got to experience today is hospitality. And that's, of course, one of the things that we're going to be talking about today: hospitality and service. And I've read around and I've seen some content around how service can be portrayed as something completely different or even opposite from hospitality. And I must say, like, even myself, I thought about that in the beginning. And I think that's because we tend to think that service is just, you know, A from B, or you just do this, and that. And hospitality just brings so much, and it's in a way different. But I have come to understand and to learn that hospitality truly elevates service. Service and standards, they need to be there. 100%. We cannot deny the fact that we need proper service in any place, any restaurant, any bar that we go. Of course, we want that. But when hospitality comes, it just elevates that service. It just provides that little extra thing that creates an unforgettable experience. It's a memorable experience to you, to all the other guests around, and to your teams, to the teams that are working. I can tell you how many times when I was a waitress, and being a waitress is hard. It's one of the most difficult jobs to be able to. I don't even like the name waitress. It's like you need to be waiting just there to, for other people to kind of order or just call you in weird ways. It's not only about that, there's more to it. Like, the people that are there providing a service not only provides a basic service, but they provide an experience and something that can impact your life. Okay, so the times, years, and many, many, many years ago, when I was working as a waitress, my first years back in 2008, I think 2008, 2000, yeah, 2008, 2007, 2008, like, the amount of joy that I would feel every time I saw my guests, my customers, the clients going around, enjoying their time and having fun and just letting go and flowing, because they knew that they had nothing to worry about, but even that, they knew that they were taken care of. When I saw that, when I was seeing that with my customers, I felt this little thing here, like, I felt so good, because providing hospitality is kind of a guilty pleasure. We love making people happy. We love to make people happy. And that's the actual truth when you provide hospitality, the real one, right? When you are delivering truly human hospitality, as I call it, great hospitality, exceptional hospitality, you are creating something that your customer is gonna experience in a way that he hasn't experienced before. So much that he's gonna go and he's gonna talk about it. the times that I hear from people about some certain thing that a waiter did, that a bartender did, that made them feel special, and how they keep telling everyone about that, that's hospitality. Okay, so when I was a waitress and I was seeing that, and we were creating those wow moments, those experiences with my co-workers, with the team that we were working with, it was magical, because and we loved it. We were so happy. We were jumping of joy. And that's hospitality. It's how it elevates the service that you are already promoting, that you're already providing. I'm sorry, not promoting, providing. So the fact that, okay, today I was going on my day and I was experiencing hospitality in so many different places. It has nothing to do, of course, with the fact that I was at a five-star hotel or at a fine dining restaurant. Nothing to do with that. Hospitality is about making people feel seen. They are there and you acknowledge that they are there. You acknowledge that you are also listening to them, that you are hearing beyond words. You are making them feel understood. You are making them feel happy and joyful. So there's actually plenty of places and plenty of people that provide hospitality, and it doesn't have to be a restaurant. It doesn't have to be a beach club. It doesn't have to be a five-star hotel. And I am so excited to be able to see these examples clearly around me. And that's because, probably because, yes, I work on this. This is my passion. But whenever I see around, I just see people providing great hospitality. And then again, it's not in a restaurant or whatever, but when I'm driving around and people just smile at me, or sometimes like the Gojek drivers, just Gojek is just a company in here. It's kind of like an Uber, but for bikes and also cars, but whatever. Like, traffic is crazy in here. Everyone is going their way. But if I have to cross the street, sometimes some of those drivers will stop and will offer me to pass. And I just see representation of like this is hospitality, like the way that he's doing that. I'm not even his customer. I'm not jumping in that bike and I'm not going on a ride with him, but he has seen me and he has made me feel special. He has stopped and he has offered me to pass. And I swear to you that if you stop for a minute and you see around yourself, you will find proofs of hospitality in so many places and people around you. Unexpected. Again, it doesn't have to be at any place that offers F&B or rooms or whatever. No, that Gojek driver or those Gojek drivers are amazing and they are hospitable. Whenever I go to take a coffee and they just say, "Hey, welcome, Eva." People call me Eva here. And I'm fine with it because I kind of like it. It's okay. Usually my friends call me Eve, but they call me Eva. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's all right with me. But they acknowledge me when I go to have my coffee. It's not the same place every single day, but whenever I go, they call me by my name and they know what I want and they treat me so nice. And again, okay, this is a great show of hospitality. And I see it around and I'm like, another thing that happened to me yesterday when I was with my husband going around checking on some shops. There was this girl that she was amazing. I was trying to find a dress or something because my birthday is coming, and I'm like, okay, I might try to, just buy something for the occasion, for the special occasion. And I went around different shops. I couldn't find anything. Then my husband saw one, and he's like, look, these things kind of look weird. They are like very unique on design, but why don't we just go and check it out? And oh my god, yes, the pieces and everything was, it was a designer, very unique pieces. I was feeling kind of weird around checking on all the pieces because it is not my style. And this girl saw me. She understood, like she could feel, like she felt that I was like, maybe this is too much for me because I'm not used to wear that. And the way that she treated me, the way that she served me, the way that she saw me and understood beyond my words, because sometimes I don't express that, okay, maybe this is too much. No, the way that she understood that, it was mind blowing. She started taking some pieces, she started wrapping a belt around me. And when I ended up with the whole piece, I was like, you are awesome. Like you just create a whole look that I wasn't expecting coming to this shop, at least from the outside. And I am absolutely blown away, amazing, happy, and jumping because she made me feel beautiful and special with everything that she was doing and the time that she was putting in it and how she was explaining me and how she was taking care of the little details of not showing too much but showing this and that. I was looking at my husband and he's like, she's good. And we were like, she is good. She is good. Again, hospitality, not only in restaurants, it can be in the streets, it can be in a shop, it can be everywhere. And it does elevate service. Because then again, if we want to see on those examples, I was not going with that driver for sure. He was not providing any service, yet he was hospitable. I went to a shop, and yes, you can say that the job that she had working there is to take care of the customers and kind of sell, definitely. But she elevated that into a different point. She make it remarkable. And I'm sure you've been to plenty of shops, as I have, where you go around and sellers won't even talk to you, or they will just answer to you when you ask for a price, or if you ask, can I try that, they will say, yeah, go, but they are not going to be there with you, explaining you and letting you know these little things as she did. And it was full of genuine care. Like she really made me feel not only welcome, but like I wanted to buy everything in there. And that takes, again, not anyone or everyone can do that. And it was, again, beautiful for me to see that. It was amazing for me to see that. So she could have just stuck with her job description of this is what I have to do and that's it. But no, she actually elevated the service that she needed to provide. So the way that great hospitality works is by elevating a regular, basic service. And we can see it in any kind of customer service, which of course, I just don't like to say customer service. I know it's the customer experience, but most of the people are still talking about customer service. So let's say it that way just for the sake of the comparison that we're gonna explain. Because again, it's not completely different, it's not opposite at all, but there are certain things that are gonna infuse into the service something special that is going to make it become great hospitality. So, service follows basic standards, right? So, again, let's take this girl from the shop. She could have said, okay, standards, customer comes inside, you smile, you answer to the questions, you show her where she can try a dress, then she's gonna pay, blah, 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 basic standards, everything in detail, right? Like this is how you need to do a steps. That's service. And it's common. It's what we are finding almost everywhere. And of course, I wish that we can find more hospitality rather than just a common, basic, regular service. But it's what we usually find. It just goes from one point to another. So this is what I have to do so that I can get this. right? So I just need to do this so that I can sell, or I just do this so that I can serve the food. Like it just goes very basic from A to B to C, C to D, and then that's it. It's just steps, right? It's very practical. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna get it done, and this is what I need to do. Customer gets in, like those kinds of standards that are like, ugh, it just kills my heart, like my spirit even. Customers comes inside, you smile, you bring the menu, you offer water, then you take the starter, then you offer this, then customer stands up, customer this, then you bring the bill. It's boring, and not only boring, it's plain. It's a simple transaction. And simple transactions, my friends, mi gente, is not based on people. And hospitality is based on people. It's people centered, people focused, right? It's just a process. It's just something simple. It's just something that managers or your boss or the owner or whoever tells you that you just have to do. Just do this so that we can get this, and that we can all get paid, and that we can all get money, and that's it. But when we start infusing hospitality into the basic standard, because again, it is needed, that we cannot just come up with hospitality all of a sudden. Our teams, our people, everyone, we all need to understand that standards are the foundation, are the base. That's how it starts. Like we all need to know some of the basic things. Absolutely. But the idea is that we do not want to just stay there and that's it. Let's live our life and let's forget about it because no, we want to elevate it. If you truly are a business owner, manager, or a supervisor, someone that works in hospitality, and you really see it in your heart and in your mind and in your soul and in your vision that it can be more, it's because it can happen and you can actually elevate it. You might not know how at this moment, but if you can imagine it, it can happen because you see it around. You see that it happens, right? You can see it in different places that it happens, and it doesn't need to happen at someone else's cost. Like you don't need to sacrifice your team to provide amazing customer service or customer experience or hospitality, or you don't need to sacrifice any other things to do that. It is possible. It is happening. There are ways. So if you can imagine, if you can see it, if you have this little thing in here that says, I want it all, I want it all, I want me as an owner, I want to make money, but I also want to make my people happy and I want my customers to be happy. Like you can have it all, 100%. When it comes from pure kindness, love, the power that hospitality has, it just goes above and beyond. You can say this is happening. So then with hospitality is not only basic standards, it's remarkable. People feels special. They feel like they belong to, like yeah, this is the place. I like to be here. I really enjoy being here. As much as there might be a lot of people around, I do feel unique and special in the place that I am. And when you feel this great, this special, this unique, you want to talk about it. You want to share it with the world. And the way that you do it is by sharing a story or just leaving a comment or just by word of mouth, talking to friends, talking to family. We all know that social media now, it's the way that everyone is sharing, so people, that's it, right? And we also know that people share it if they are loving it and also if they are hating it. So there's two sides of that. But when they are really enjoying and they are happy and all the conditions are there to provide that connection and that memorable experience, people talk about it. Which for you, for your business, for the place that you're working, it just creates, first of all, free marketing. And who doesn't want that, right? Who doesn't want your customers to be talking about you in a good way? Because that would make more people come. That would make your guests come back again and again and again, talk about that more often with more people, and more people will also come. So that creates a connection, that creates a relationship, and that can be a long lasting relationship, which just makes your business grow, right? So hospitality just gives more by focusing and just by centering in people, in making them feel special. Because then all the it's like a ripple effect. Everything just start happening and all the results come because you focus on what matters, that it's people. You just want to give everything to them. And then again, when we say people, we're talking about, yes, your customer, your guest, your client, but most importantly, your team, people that work with you. You can never forget about them. They are the first ones that need to feel that hospitality, that sense of being taken care of, that sense that they are heard and that you understand them and that they have a safe space where they can be themselves, plus that you provide them the conditions to see them shine, to see them unleash their potential. So we need to focus on our teams 100% because that's where the experiences start, so that they can show the same thing to your customers. There's no other way. There's no magic potion that says, oh, but how do I make my teams to just deliver this great, amazing hospitality so that more customers come and they can write amazing reviews and they can just make more money? By focusing on your team first. That's the first thing. When you take care of them, they take care of your customer. There's no other way. So that's why hospitality is people based, people centered. It's all about people. It's about the people that you work with and the people that you serve. And that requires an amount of love and kindness and a lot of work. So that's also why it is so important that we realize that hospitality can also and can only basically be delivered, yes, if we have a strong foundation, a healthy company culture, and leadership, great shows of leadership around. There must be a leader, not only one, but leadership should be encouraged at the place of work. And leadership is a journey. We never stop learning. So it is important. They are connected. There cannot be great of hospitality if we don't also work on our leadership. So this is, as it is based on people, this is a conversation. It is not a process. It is not a simple transaction of, okay, I give you food and you give me your money to a customer. No, it creates relationship, connection, and it's a conversation. You can see hospitality as something that is happening, that is fluent, that is flowing. And basically, that's why you can see that when you add all of that to your regular customer service, it can slowly start transitioning into great hospitality. That's the way. And of course, there are so many things that you can consider and where you can start. First of all, I told you already, you need to start with your teams. That's the way. If you have the goals of making more money, it starts with your team. If you want to open more franchises, you need to start with your team. If you want more better reviews, you need to start with your team. Everything is company culture and making them feel like they belong to the workplace. It's as simple as that. But it's not easy. And it requires, of course, just the decision. It requires the decision of, yes, I am going to go this path. I'm going to choose the hospitality and leadership path because I believe in something greater. I believe in growing as a human and as a business. And when you decide that, again, you don't need to know how. There are plenty of learning platforms right here on YouTube. There are plenty of ways, and there are plenty of um, workshops, talks that you can listen, plenty of leaders that you can follow to start getting into that path. It's not going to happen from one day to another. Again, it's not about the how I do this, I need the steps, blah, blah, blah. You need to decide that you want to choose that path, and from there everything will reveal slowly. Again, you have plenty of options. If it's not options for everything that we have on the internet, like it knows everything, you can just look at it, like even in chat gtp. But of course, there's chat gtp is not going to bring you that human connection 100%. That's why I love it, but I also understand that there's a way of using it, but that's a conversation for another day. So just decide. If you decide that, then you can take it from there for your business. Or if you are a manager, or if you're a supervisor, or if you're a waiter or a waitress or a bartender or a cook, just decide that you want to bring that hospitality factor to your work, to your life, because this is a way of living. This is how we do it. And as the people that really live hospitality, we do it in any interaction in our lives. And we really appreciate the continuous growth on everything around us and the mindset, because it needs to start with us. And that's with also, and that's why also it is important to think about leadership, right? Because it's not only about taking care of everyone, but first of all, starting with understanding yourself and how everything works here so that we can provide to the rest. And that's why it is connected, my friend. It is. So I want to invite you to start thinking about that. And again, just take the decision. I am opening now spaces where you and I can work together online. I, of course, also speak Spanish. Así que si quieres clases en español también podemos hacer. But if you speak English, if you speak Spanish, we can work on that hospitality path. We can work also on that leadership path. Just send me a message. You have all my content and all the places where you can actually contact me in there. So I have opened now spaces so that we can work together online. I am still waiting on the ones on one-to-one in person. Not yet. That is not happening yet, but the online sessions have opened already. And it would not only be my pleasure, but it will be something that really fulfills my spirit, to be working with people that really cares about what matters most. People. That's the people that I want to work with. If you have those thoughts on your business, that I want my business to grow, but I don't know how to do it, I'm here for you. If you want your management team to expand your leadership, even if you want to expand your leadership, I am here for you. We can go through this together. If you need to teach them on standards and all of that, yes, we can create it, but having in consideration that hospitality infused part all the time. There are so many things and so many starting points for this journey that, again, you don't have to do it alone. I am here for you. And if you are a waiter, a waitress, a bartender, a cook, and you are also interested on growing on that path to leadership and on tips and bits of how to provide better hospitality, just DM me. I always have time to talk. I always answer to all my messages. And again, I am here for you so that together we can create a better world. Because hospitality has an impact, and I firmly believe that when people experience and provide hospitality, it can create a ripple effect where the world just gets better and better and better. Call me crazy, but I've seen it. I know it's possible. So thank you for staying with me for these minutes. If you want to keep the conversation going, you have all the places there in the comments where you can contact me. And don't forget to have fun in life. Have a beautiful Monday, and we'll see you again soon.